Despite the looming economic trouble in the Eurozone, one of its biggest economies, France, has always been praised as the promised land for the retired. However, with the single currency zone hit with a second recession, things are changing fast, as RT's Alexei Rashevsky reports.
When you look at the elderly people in France, you'd never think they could be in trouble.
There has been a common belief that France is one of the best countries in the world for pensioners and that they are very well cared for by the state. But with the financial crisis raging across the European Union and France being no exception to that, more and more of the retired are finding it harder to make ends meet.
Pierre worked as an engineer for over 4 decades. Having retired, he says he sometimes cannot afford to buy food with his pension.
Now I have 600 euro monthly to live. In Paris, I pay more than 600 euro for housing. A lot of trouble because most of the people say you have too old. You have too old to work, 60 years old.
How can you survive in circumstances like Pierre's is unclear. But hundreds of thousands of pensioners across the country are in the same boat, say the chairman of a large charity which is trying to help.
The number of seniors turning to us for help has increased considerably in all regions of France. It used to be only in the north, but now all regions are affected. Young people and children used to help the old, but now with the crisis hitting the young, seniors find themselves isolated with no help.
But now these struggling people are in for another blow. Starting next year, the pensions of over 10 million French will be taxed, says the Minister for the Elderly. This will amount to 0.15% of monthly payments, and the new government believes this will generate 350 million euros annually for the Social Security Fund. But economists believe it's pointless.
What the government's trying to do now is reach, by all means, this 3% deficit threshold that was promised to Brussels, and they're trying to find like every single penny. It's the easy way, because obviously pensioners don't have a say. It will do harm to the pensioners and to their spending power. It'll be just really bad for consumption as a whole in France. It will not be a perfect solution for reinvigorating French growth.
And Pierre agrees, because in his case every cent counts. It may be less than 1% of his pension deducted each month, but it still threatens to take food from his mouth. Alexei Rashevsky, RT, reporting from Paris in France.